All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. All right, so in today's live stream, we're going to talk about why chasing popular cryptos will get you wrecked. Why chasing popular cryptos will get you wrecked. This also applies to stocks as well. But the reason why I'm specifically pointing to cryptocurrency is because recently we've seen some spikes in some cryptos, and I think a lot of people are getting excited, especially on crypto Twitter. And your game plan that you have for cryptocurrency could go out the window if you start to see, these cryptocurrencies exploding in price, and you feel like you're missing out on the action. So this is the reason why I bring up this topic. I think it's very important to understand the climate and understand what's actually going on in crypto before you start following the popular cryptocurrency. So, for instance, XRP has been going crazy, right? And in the 2017 to 2018 bull run, I think it reached like $3 or something. Yeah, somewhere around like 280 to $3. And then in 2021, I think it struggled to get back up there because of the regulatory scrutiny it was facing with all the lawsuits from the SEC and things like that. And essentially, it has come back because Trump has won. And again, I'm not for either side, but I'm just stating the facts. And it looks like Gary Gensler is going to be out the door come January when Trump gets inaugurated. So yeah, this is why we're seeing cryptocurrencies like XRP go up in price, HBAR, Chainlink went up in price, and basically any cryptocurrency that's kind of like based in the US, we've been seeing shoot up a lot in price, and we'll take a look at some of these charts. But the whole point of the live stream today is to basically say you need to have conviction. I spoke about this in 2-3 live streams ago. You need to have conviction in your plays because you're going to start to see stuff spike up and you're going to think, oh, I'm missing out on the play. And then some people, what they would do is sell off the position they have to go into XRP or go into something that's spiking currently and forget about the whole game plan that they had, right? You spent 2 to 3 years building out a game plan, whether it's for crypto or stocks. And then once you start to see things start to pop, like let's just say for the stock market, you see GameStop running and you're invested in quality blue chips like NVIDIA. Maybe NVIDIA is not the best example because NVIDIA has been spiking too. But let's just say, NVIDIA or a Tesla or maybe like a PayPal or something like that. You had like a long-term vision for PayPal, but you see GameStop spiking. You sell all your PayPal stock and to get into GameStop, and then you end up getting dumped on, right? And that's typically what happens. Nothing ever comes good out of people that chase the spike, nothing ever comes good to people that chase the spike, right? Especially in cryptocurrency, the spikes typically, if it's not a quality project, if it doesn't have utility, typically those spikes don't last that long, right? So you got to make sure that you're not just chasing the popular cryptos at the moment. You actually have a game plan. Like I said, for this upcoming bull market, I think not that I think, but for me the popular narrative, the hottest narrative is going to be AI, and that hasn't changed, right? The story hasn't changed. So you got to think about it like that as well. When you're investing, you have a story that you're following. You say, okay, AI is going to be the hottest narrative, but then you see something like XRP go up, 100, 200%. And you're like, oh, well, did I miscalculate something? Is AI not the hottest narrative? Why is XRP pumping and not AI? And I just think it's not the time yet for an AI to pump. And AI has pumped throughout this year, but we're talking about that kind of like that parabolic move, and we're waiting for some of these AI coins. At least, I am people that are betting on the AI narrative. I'm not looking at XRP and saying, "Oh, I'm missing out. I failed this crypto bull market," because this is like the beginning of the crypto bull market cycle, especially for altcoins. But you could get kind of caught up in what people are saying on X, Twitter, and because once XRP started to pump, you actually even saw like popular YouTubers FOMOing in, like the Cryptos Are Us guy. He FOMOed into XRP. He was saying, XRP's, it's not something he would invest in. It's not something would he invest in, and he kind of went and invested in XRP. He was saying today how it would maybe go to $6, possibly, right? For me, I'm not sure about that, because if you look at the chart, it resembles a pump and dump type of pattern, right? It pumps and then it dumps. And again, we are at the beginning of this altcoin season, but that's kind of the pattern for XRP. Let me share my screen. And then also, just to mention this, the altcoin season index is at 82. I mean, it's just going up crazy. So we're definitely going to see altcoins go parabolic pretty soon. All right. So yeah. So like for instance, like XRP, like you look at it, it spiked, then it crashed. It spiked, then it crashed. It spiked, and I don't think it has shown anything besides, the regulatory environment becoming a little more clear because of, the people in office. But as far as utility and what XRP provides, for me, it's just another meme coin, right? So you could get wrecked trying to follow pumps or trying to chase pumps, right? You shouldn't be jumping out of your position to follow an XRP pump. The time to get in XRP was when it was down here, right? If you were trying to invest in it, not up here, right? And saying, oh, it's going to go to 6. That's definitely how you get caught. And again, like you said, if you look back at these old points back in 2018 and 2021, it didn't last long. These pumps, the pump has never lasted long, and it has not provided any utility. And for me, if it doesn't sustain this price, right? If it doesn't hold, for me, it's just another meme coin. And somebody was saying this on X too. It's going to be the biggest rug pull, right? Because it's $151 billion market cap. And that's a lot of money, right? $151 billion market cap. And for something that doesn't have a record or a past or a history of holding its spikes, I don't know what makes you think it's going to hold the spike this time around, right? So holding on to this, thinking it's going to go to $6, it potentially can, but I would not bet on that to happen, right? And you got to be able to make your own decisions when it comes to investing. A lot of you don't make your own decisions when it comes to investing. You like to chase. Like a lot of people's information or alpha is just solely off of X, solely off of Twitter, solely off of Reddit. And you can't do that. You can't chase. Like even me, like looking at some of these spikes, I was like, oh, am I missing out? Like, am I not in the right sector? But then I took a step back and said, hold on. XRP is running up. Nothing special about that. Chainlink is going up. There is something special about that, but it's kind of an OG in the space. And then, prior to this, we had all the meme coins going up in price. So nothing has really changed besides like the altcoin index where we see it going to 82. So I do think the real narratives are going to come out soon, but you have to be patient. You can't rush the process. You can't say, "Oh my God, this is jumping up. I've got to move," and then you end up missing the actual pump on this side. The actual money is made in plays that really nobody's pushing out like that until it starts to spike, right? Then people start to talk about it. But then at that point, that's the time where you're supposed to get out of the play. But you can't follow what people are doing. And usually, for most part, all the YouTubers say, this is not financial advice. You can't follow what somebody else is doing. And kind of a rule of thumb for me, the way I go about, I'm not going to say the project's name, but the way I go about picking a coin, let's just say, or it's something that's viable, right? You kind of need to have different checkpoints to say, okay, if it hits these 3 or 4 or 5 checkpoints, then it's something to invest in, right? You have to have at least minimum 3, but I would say like 5 checkpoints where it's like, okay, if the coin meets these criteria, it's something that I invest in. Now, my criteria, one, relative, like so here's my criteria for altcoins. Let's just say altcoins. For me, it can't be too high in market cap, but then it can't be too low, right? So that's my first criteria for altcoins. It can't be too high and it can't be too low. So let me tell you my reasoning behind that. If it's too low, let's say it's a $20 million market cap. A lot of these YouTubers talk about these coins that are 20 million, and it's so easy to pump those up and they end up making money. Typically, YouTubers that talk about altcoins that are like 50 million and lower in market cap, they tend to have a position in there. And a lot of them are just telling you blatantly these days, hey, I have a position in here, and the coin still gets pumped up. But they have millions of followers. A lot of people are not going to be paying attention to that. They're just going to buy the coin. So that's the reason why I don't like to invest in market caps too low, because it could be easily pumped. And yes, that's good, but then it can also be easily dumped. The reason why I don't like to invest in coins with market cap so high, for instance, XRP at 150 billion, is because it's going to take a lot of liquidity to move the price, and there's really there's nothing in it for you at that point, as far as risk reward to get into a play like that. You should be getting into, and so for me, I like to get into 1 billion, maybe even like 400 million, or like 100 million plus market cap, and more 400 million to like 1 billion. For me, it's big enough, and it's big enough to be reputable, but it's small enough so where you have a lot of upside, right? So that's number one. Number two, it needs to be on a reputable exchange. Now, I'm not saying you can't do stuff like Uniswap, but the thing is, when you get to start investing in these things, I mean, having a really good exchange is very important. And I think there's a lot of good coins on these reputable exchanges like Binance, like Coinbase, like Upbit. Well, I haven't used Upbit, but it's a Korean exchange, the KuCoin, Kraken, and things like that. So the second thing, is it on a good exchange? Because when you go to trade it and liquidate your position, are you going to have a tough time doing it? And for me, yes, there's a lot of opportunity in Uniswap, and the liquidity is pretty good. But again, I like to make sure it's at least on Binance or Coinbase, preferably Coinbase, right? And that just shows you like, that Coinbase did their due diligence, and they kind of went through that preliminary process for you to say, okay, this coin we vetted it and it's good enough to be on our exchange, right? Not saying you don't do your own vetting, but it's kind of like that initial process to determine whether it's a scam or not has been done by Coinbase. So if it's on Coinbase, it's reputable. And then the market cap. So those are the 2 checkpoints, right? So we'll keep it at 3 checkpoints. So that's kind of like 2 checkpoints. And number 3, it needs to be a narrative that a lot of people are talking about, and it needs to have that, that fire on it, right? It needs to be a hot topic. So those are the 3, but those are 3 checkpoints. Now you can add 2 more checkpoints. I look for a lot of other stuff. But those are 3 checkpoints to say, okay, yeah, XRP hits all those things. Well, XRP hits two of those things, but the market cap is going crazy. It's not really investable in my criteria, so I wouldn't touch it. And then also, it's not really in the hottest narrative, right? So that's another thing. So it really only hits one, the fact that it's on Coinbase or Binance, because the hottest narrative, it's not in the hottest narrative, and two, the market cap is too high. So I would not touch XRP, right? But I would have decided this back like a year ago, before the bull market has started. A lot of you are just getting in now. And if you haven't did your research, most likely you will get wrecked because you don't have any criteria. You don't have any formula to say, okay, this is what I'm going to use to invest and make my decisions. A lot of you just come in, again, follow what other people are doing. But yeah, you should have checkpoints to make sure what you're investing in is viable, and it's not something that you're going to get rug pulled on, which it could always happen. But in a bull market, it probably happened towards the tail end of the bull market, not during the bull market. Usually, like those scam articles and stuff like that happen at the end of the bull market. But yeah, investing in stuff that's popular could work out, but most likely it won't. And you should not be throwing your money into something that's just spiking up at the last second, and you feel like you have FOMO, fear of missing out. Anytime where I felt like, I was missing out and tried to chase a pump, never worked out. I never did it much. I probably did it like once or twice. But it never worked out. And then so I had two experiences from my end. I've seen bunch of people, other experiences where people have done it and it didn't work out for them. So you need to make sure that you're not following what other people are doing, and make sure you have your own plan. And if you're getting in something that everybody else is getting into, it's because you already thought about it a long time ago and you already have a position, right? So yeah. Following other people's crypto picks will get you wrecked. Make sure you don't, you make your own decision when it comes to investing. Right now, if you're a person that says, okay, hey, what's up, Jetpack? Now, if you're a person that says, okay, I did the research, I paid for information and things like that, then go ahead, make the investing decision. But, when you see stuff like this, XRP going up 300%, and you're just trying to follow the crowd. I actually been seeing a lot of people saying they're going to short XRP. Facts, don't chase the pump. They're already up 100%. Yeah, I think XRP is going to retrace. I mean, like I was saying earlier, look at the chart. Like back in 2017, it pumped and crashed. 2021, pumped and crashed. Now, again, the only thing that it has going for it, again, I would never invest in XRP just because if I did, it would have been low here. It would have been because I had conviction a long time ago. But the only way that, the only positives is like, okay, it did break 2021, and that's probably what's psyching people out. Like it broke 2021, so it could possibly break 2018 highs and things like that. But you got to really look at the utility, and which it doesn't have much utility. Yeah, take profits and roll them into other tokens that haven't yet popped. Yeah, Crypto Pain has. I don't know if you guys seen the Crypto Pain channel. He's like 16,000 followers, but he said it too, and this is what I've been saying too. Like you can literally exponentially get your gains a lot higher if you roll profits into other coins, if you know what you're doing, right? So let's say you had a basket of five coins, right? And like you did your research, you've been in the crypto market for like 2-3 years. So all these coins are going to pump, right? So now you have your 5 lists, but one of the coins that you're invested in pumps, and the others haven't. Well, if you got a 4x in the one that pumped, and then you got a 4x on another one that hasn't pumped yet, that's a 16x, right? You didn't have to get a 16x of one coin. You got it between two. Tarzan through the tokens that haven't hit yet, squeezed the most out of the market and said holding one project. Yeah, and that was my that's what you learn when you've been through multiple cycles. You can't fall in love with a project. It's like the worst thing that you can do. I don't care what the project is promising. Oh, we're going to be the future of this, that. It could possibly be that these coins be the future and stuff like that. But, a lot of these founders that say, "Oh, we haven't sold one coin yet." Yeah, they may have not sold their initial seed of coins, but with all the staking and stuff and all this stuff, they have extra coins on the side that most likely they're going to be selling. Don't fall for the hype. Oh, we're keeping our coins. Or if a founder said, I've seen a lot of founders say, "Oh, we haven't sold anything from the initial seed that they had," but I'm pretty sure they sold some stuff that they had on the side that they got from staking. Or, a lot of these founders actually work for the project and they get paid out in that coin, right? And, they get paid a lot more than a regular employee would, because they're the one that founded the project. So they can get dished out 10 to 20,000 coins, and their initial seed that they got from like creating the coin was, let's just say, 100,000 tokens. Yeah, okay, they haven't touched that 100,000, but then they got 20,000 from staking and getting paid, and they're selling that off. So I would not agree. Yeah, only keep Bitcoin. Everything else is going to go. That's what I'm saying. The only thing I would probably add, maybe Ethereum. And Ethereum is kind of like, eh. I actually have changed my opinion. I would just stick with BTC, to be honest, because you kind of know that's just going to be certain. So that's kind of like what you should do for this altcoin season. You should, I, in my opinion, like if you cashed out, BTC is going to be high up there, so it's going to be a lot to keep one, depending on your profits. But that would kind of be the goal. If you can keep one or two in a wallet, or maybe one, and then maybe take the rest off for profit in cash, and then just keep the other in a cold storage, right? Because I think after this cycle, I think BTC will correct, but I also think that it's not going to correct that much. People have been saying it. I know this has been said last time too, but again, last time we didn't have spot ETFs, and the supply on exchanges is going down rapidly. There's not a lot of BTC left out there. So yeah, for me, BTC is kind of what you want to keep through a bear market. Because remember, when it comes back, that is the coin that's going to come back first, and then you could kind of reallocate that to your favorite altcoins. And to be honest, now I'm so prepared for the next bull run. Like, I mean, obviously this bull run hasn't finished, but I'm actually very excited for 2027, 2028 bull run, because, just through the experience, I will be in cash or I will be in BTC up until the year of the halving, probably up until the last month up into the year of the halving. And then going into the next year, the year after the halving, that's when you kind of transition into altcoins. So that way you could just bypass all that bear marketness. I mean, you're going to go through it. BTC will take a little dip, but it won't dip as much as the altcoins. You can also wrap BTC and throw it on ETH protocol and make gains instead of just hodling. Yeah, they have they have that, and then they have like liquid staking, where you can stake your BTC or you can stake your ETH, and you can get collateral for that. While I think it's like a synthetic version. So while you're making interest on your actual Ethereum or BTC, they give you the synthetic version of Ethereum or Bitcoin, and then you can transact with that on DeFi protocols, essentially. So if you find a protocol giving you 40%, yeah, you got to be careful though with those protocols that promise. That's another thing too. During this time, you guys got to remember, during this time, a lot of protocols, since the prices are going up, they can offer you a 20, 30, 40% thing. But a lot of those protocols will rug pull towards the end. And if you're the one caught holding the bag when the music stops, you're going to be stuck stuck holding bags. So for me, the best strategy is to get out in cash. And the reason why, I honestly would rather do that opposed to keeping some in BTC. And the reason why is because we know people are going to take profit towards the end of this bull market. So let's just throw out a number. Let's just say BTC gets to 200,000. We know people are going to start taking profit, or let's just say 150 to 200,000. People are going to start taking profit, and BTC is going to correct. So if you took out cash at 150 or whatever that close to that top was, and then it crashes to 100K, you can always buy back in BTC. So that's why I would just stick to having cash, cashing out all the way. Cashing out. So even if your plan is to get back into BTC towards the end of the top, and again, we can't time the top, but there are signals, there will be signs, and you can always buy back in later, but just get in cash. Like, lock in profit, sit back for a month or two, let BTC crash, go into BTC, the amount you want to go into BTC, and hold that amount until until the next bull market, right? You got to be smart with how you take profits this bull market. I've been through 3 cycles, and it could get really tricky if you try to hold some in altcoins and then they start crashing. It says you can use BTC in a 401k or insurance policy, as well as BTC is more versatile. I don't. 401k. I'm not sure if the job offers that. I know they have the ETFs now. Guys, if you're watching the live stream, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, leave some comments. Talk about, put in the chat what's your favorite altcoin, what are you looking at, things like that. 401k. I'm not sure about 401k. I mean, again, the 401k kind of locks up your money, and it's just I don't have a 401k. I've never been interested in a 401k because it just you lock up your money, then you get penalized. Even borrow against it like Michael Saylor and buy more. Yeah, that for me is just too complicated, right? Because the thing is, I think the best thing to do is, as we get closer to the top, and again, for me, everybody's top is going to be different, but for me, I think 150 to 200 is probably going to be the top of this bull market, maybe even a little sooner, right? And remember, I said you always want to take whatever you think the top is going to be and take 30% off that and start to get out at that point, or maybe even 40%. So if you think the top is going to be 150, you may want to think about taking profit at 110, 120, right? Again, because it's very hard to time the top. But yeah, for me, the best thing to do is to get in cash, right? Get in cash, and you can always buy BTC later, so then you could hold it out through the next bull cycle. Yeah, I don't mind the lockup. It matches what you have, and I'm not. So as far as your job Jetpack, your job offers BTC for 401k. I don't know if they started doing that. Depending, maybe BlackRock, because remember, BlackRock has the spot ETF. So if you're talking about that, then maybe, right? But I'm not sure. Yeah, 150 is definitely one of those things. But yeah, so. The whole point of the live stream today is to talk about, you see a lot of people on crypto Twitter chasing these pumps. So XRP is one of them. Let's look at another one. Another one that was Hedera, HBAR, has been going crazy, right? And there's been a lot of crypto YouTubers talking about HBAR, right? It went from 7 cents to 34, so that's like close to a 5x, right? For me, it's a lower market cap, so it probably has a lot more to go compared to XRP. But again, if this was not in your narrative, if you said, okay, AI is going to be the narrative, and then you see HBAR and XRP, and then you try to run it, you're not sticking to your plan. You're chasing the pump. Do not chase the pump. That's how you get wrecked. Because as these things correct, other narratives will pump. Your narrative, if you did the due diligence, if you did the research, AI is going to be the hottest narrative in crypto, right? So that sector will pump soon, and we see that sector pumping soon. I mean, pumping now. No, but the ability will be available. Yeah, it'll be available soon, but I don't think right now it's available for most people. But yeah, H bar. Another one that I saw pumping up was Chainlink. Chainlink did a epic pump from 10 to 24, and again, a lot of these are pumping because they are U.S. based, and a lot of regulatory clarity is coming for the U.S. because of who's in office. And I think they said on Twitter today that Trump appointed a pro crypto chair. So, we should be seeing that in January. And it's very positive, right? So you got to think about it. I think even the Tornado Cash, the privacy coin, it got cleared in the courts. So a lot of the regulatory uncertainty that we were seeing in the last year or two is being cleared up because Gary's out of here, and the people going into office are very pro crypto, right? So this is very bullish for the market, and it should Algorand too. Yeah, Algorand was going up crazy as well. Let's see where it's at. Is it? Where's Algo? Is it number? I saw Algorand this earlier. Where's Algorand? Let's see. Algo. Oh, it's 34. I must have skipped it. Yeah, this chart looks terrible though. It's just red sea, but it went up a lot. Yeah, 12 cents, so 4x. I mean, look, so that man, so it's gonna be very bullish. Did I show you guys? No, I don't think you guys came in early, but look at the altcoin index. It's 82. I mean, just to put it in perspective, look at this. Look at when the last altcoin season went. We were around that 80, 75, 80 mark. We're at 82 right now. 82. I mean, we're it's going to be going crazy. No, I'm not into memes. I do see you could make profit with memes, but the thing is you have to be there early, or I do keep up with it, because I keep up with the whole space. A lot of the memes, and we could talk about that soon, but let me just finish this with the index. It's 82 right now. So, we're going to see in next week, we're going to see stuff pump. And, if these big cap cryptos are going 4x, 5x already just on a little pump, like XRP with that huge market cap is a 4x. I mean, it gained like 50, 60 billion. Imagine what that does to a sub-billion-dollar market cap or $1 billion market cap. Easy 10, 20, 30, 40 X's, right? But you got to know which ones are going to pump, or at least have a good idea, right? Because nobody knows which one's going to pump. No, so all meme coins. So here, for me, the hottest meme coins this cycle, obviously Doge, I think it's going to do good, but it's going to be tough for this thing to go past 60 cents, although I think it's possible. Shiba obviously is going to do well, comparable to Doge. Pepe is probably going to be the new Doge of this cycle. And then another one that has been catching people's eye is Peanut. Peanut is... and Dog Whiff Hat too. I think Dog Whiff Hat is going to do good. Peanut is somewhere here. And did it fall? I think Peanut fell. Where is it at? Ooh, I think it did fall. Oh, right here. Peanut the squirrel. Peanut the squirrel. So this one went crazy. There was somebody on X that said they turned like $1,000, and everybody says that though. But I'm pretty sure some people got into it early. But it was at 9 cents. It went all the way to 210 within like a week, right? So that's like a 20, 30x on your money. 20 to 30x. But again, do people hold all the way? So I guess some people do if they're not paying attention. But this one, I mean, this one could potentially be a Pepe, right? Or Doge, potentially reach 10 to 20 bet. But I have no idea why this meme was created. Like, that's the thing about memes. It's just kind of like a culture group thing where people say, okay, I'm going to invest in this meme, and this is and then you have to have whales to get behind it, right? You have to have money. You guys got to understand, all these coins that are pumping, there's people in chat rooms and people around the world that say, okay, this is the coin we're going to pump. This is not happening off of organic stuff. Even the coins with utility, the AI coins, they're big whales that get together and say, hey, this is the coin we're going to pump. And a lot of it is inside knowledge. So, if you're in the right channel, Discord channels, if you have the right newsletters, those people have access to those, or at least are in touch with people that are in touch with whales, and they know which ones are going to pump. I honestly don't think this is like natural occurrence where it's like, oh, this one just popped because it has utility, it's going to gain mainstream adoption and all this stuff. Like, no, because this girl was killed on accident. It was a pet. Yeah, I heard about that. So, how do you predict that, right? The squirrel was killed on accident and the pet, and it was old and it made the news. Right, exactly. Like, how do you predict that? You don't predict that. It's just one of those things where it just, if you're at the right space, right time, if you think, oh, this is a meme coin. But again, I would have never thought that maybe up until this area right here, like if you saw it, the crazy part, there's been some coins with real utility that have not been listed on Binance, and Peanut got listed on Binance. There has been coins that have been, coding for years that have not got listed on Binance, and Peanut, a meme coin with no utility, got listed on Binance. And look at that, 382 million in value. So, and that is actually something I was telling you guys in an old live stream. This is probably like 3-4 live streams ago, but I was saying how a lot of these AI coins are not on Binance yet. So, not financial advice, but if you find coins that are on a reputable exchange, like a Coinbase, but are not on Binance, that are in a hot sector, that may be something to focus on, because that Binance effect is crazy. I mean, again, Peanut went 20x in like 4 days, right? So that can happen to any coin, especially if it's in the right narrative. But to answer your question, no, I do not invest in meme coins. And the reason being is just you can't predict it. It's one of those things where you actually do need to follow the crowd. I would say meme coins. But the good thing about meme coins, since it's something that comes out of nowhere. Oh, let me decline this call. People are calling while I'm working. The thing about meme coins is that the supply is not diluted, right? Because it just comes out to the market, and nobody has a chance to, like, VCs don't have a chance to purchase supply and dilute the people. So that's why when you see something like if we go back to Peanut, if we look at the market cap and the fully diluted value, it's 1-for-1. So that's why meme coins can pump so high, because the fully diluted value and the market cap are 1-to-1. There's not like people that have some stuff locked away and then there's some token unlocks. So that's why meme coins pump so high, because the supply is like raw, like it's pure. It's not like diluted, and that is actually the great thing about meme coins. The supply and the tokenomics works for a nice pump. So yeah, I don't invest in meme coins, but if I did, I would be looking at the top meme coins like Peanut, Pepe, and Doge, but I don't invest. So you have to do your own research and see which one works out for you. But yeah, so we're 40 minutes into the live. Guys, if you guys are watching, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment. But yeah, kind of the message today is we're going to see more pumps going into the coming into the next coming weeks, going into the end of December and the beginning of January, things like that. So if it's not in your narrative, I'm not saying you can't get into it, but you really need to have a plan. You can't just be following what people are saying on, Twitter or Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we're going to start picking up soon. Like I said, the altcoin index is picking up, and it should be something very interesting. I think we're going to see some parabolic moves in the next week or two. So make sure you guys get ready. This is the time to be checking your portfolio every minute, right? I know that it's a bad thing to do. It's a bad thing to do because it just gets you crazy. But during a bull market, you need to be checking your portfolio every minute because sometimes you have to make moves and you need to be ready to take profit and potentially move into a different coin, right? So you don't get left holding the bag. Have you heard of RXS? I hear this thing all the time. No, I have not heard of that coin. So yeah, it's called Rexus. I could look it up real quick. Give me a sec. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Rexus. Yeah, this thing doesn't look good. Again, nothing there. Nothing there. All right, that's pretty much it. Again, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be going live tomorrow. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and take care. Bye-bye.